Welcome, dear Light Warrior souls, on this beautiful Sunday, end of April 2022. Again, a beautiful portal today. Once again, we are distributed all over the globe as Light Warriors, helping to make this beautiful earth every day slightly more beautiful. And for the introduction of today's session, I'll hand it over to our dear host, Jovial.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our beautiful Sunday date. This is our every weekday that we will meet with our beloved family. So today we want to introduce a very special guest, but I'll let Trent do the introduction for this very special guest. Trent, your floor now.
Okay, so thanks again, everybody, for coming. We do have a special guest today. Her name is Gina, and she is from Michigan via China. And I like what she brings to the table. She's, I think you guys will find her work familiar but unique. So you're like, hey, this is kind of, in our normal wheelhouse, but it's got, Gina's unique twist to it. So I really like what she's bringing to the table, and I think you guys are really going to be blessed by her presence today. So without further ado, hand the mic to Gina.
Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. So happy and so thankful that thanks Light Warrior community collective to have me here today. And can you guys hear me well? I just want to make sure. Okay, perfect. So thanks, Trent, for the brief introduction. Yes, I'm born and raised from China, and we're gonna talk about a lot of where you come from, okay? Because where we come from, a lot of our cultural things is we already embodied. We already, when we're born, when we conceived in your mother's womb, you already embodied this some limiting beliefs, the old patterns. You're not even aware of that. So as I was born, raised in China, and a lot of things I realized in my last couple years healing journey, I really felt, yes, damn, like I'm born in China, I have all this limiting belief patterns, not say in a bad way. I just realized that I'm living in the way that what I believe, right? And I'm not even, it came with me, this computer package when I born, drop into the world, it came with me. But I born, raised in China, I came here 2020, so I'm already here for 12 years. But my spiritual healing journey, not for that long. But we always say our spiritual journey, once you, right? You not even know you started it, but you're already on the journey. This healing modality, I tend to, my intention today, like before we drop into that, I want you guys to invite you guys to set an intention, because you are spending this next 40 minutes or 50 minutes with me. It's your time, it's the energy. And I would like you guys to set intention. My intention today, my intention is I want to introduce this healing modality to you guys with this, of course, professional, but also in a playful way. Because healing is serious thing, but also my philosophy is we add some playfulness in our serious healing journey, okay? Because we are human, we are learn how to be human. So let's just get into those deep basement part, but also living as a human being to learn how to be a human. So my intention is to have this session spend next 40-50 minutes with you guys in a professional, but also in a playful way to introduce this. To me, is most powerful, but also gentle, but powerful healing modality called Theta Healing. I have been doing Theta Healing in the last 2 years, and learned this healing modality from one of my teachers in Tampa. So my background, I feel like I don't need to give too much, because you guys feel my energy. I invite you guys to just tune into from your heart center, open your this psychic antenna, right? It's not about me, this vessel, but it's about this energy. So a lot of things with my English, with my second language, I'm doing my best. But a lot of things that when you open your heart, you tune into this frequency, you know what I'm saying, even though it's not in your own language, but you know that's resonated with you. So I want you open your heart, open your psychic antenna. If things resonate with you, take it. If things doesn't resonate with you, it's okay, because we have different belief system. Because this one, we're really talking about belief system. What you believe is what you manifest. So, and a lot of things in our life, I list certain things that actually when I going through with my clients and friends when they sit in front of me, so those are certain things that are very interesting that a lot of us probably also have that. Now, before I dive in that, every session, every even group session, one-on-one session, I would like to send you guys some healing energies before we go, because in this way, I'm tuning to your energy, I'm connecting with your energy, and a lot of you guys here probably have different psychic ability, right? My strong suit is clear sentence. So I feeling people, but I don't really connect with people. I intentionally not always connect with people. But in the group session, one-on-one session, I open the container, I connect with collective energy. So my body is not tuning fork. So I will feeling everything you guys feeling. And I'm allowed that in that period of time. So for that, you guys can close your eyes and just put your feet on the ground. I'm talking to myself. When I look at myself talking, it's weird. So I zoom out as this gallery view, because I was like, I don't like talk to myself when I look at myself. So you guys can put your feet on the ground, have your hands face up on your lap. You can close your eyes, but I really want to invite you to, if you are very sensitive, I want you to tune into any sensation, body sensation, and any like air movement, or if you are clairvoyant, you might see things, you might hear things. So at this moment, I just want you to close your eyes, have your hands on your lap, face up, and close your eyes. Take deep breath in and exhale. Just knowing you are here for next 40 minutes for your highest grace good, okay? Keep your eyes closed. Do I have your permission to ask the Creator to send you unconditional love and total healing, total physical healing, total emotional healing, total spiritual healing through every single cell of your body for your highest grace good with ease and grace? Do I have your permission? You can nod your head, okay? Keep your eyes closed. Beautiful, beautiful. You may open your eyes right now. And if you want to share with us, with me, how you feel, do you feel anything, your body sensation wise? You see some color, whatever, you can put it in the chat. So I just want to tune into the collective energy before I dive in. I do feel a lot of there's certain responsibility on the back, like your neck to the back of your heart chakra. That's up back there. I do feel that the heart center. And the interesting thing is I pulled a couple cards and I want to show you guys. I was not meant to show you guys. It's meant for me. But on the card, it has a key, right? Says this boundary. It's very interesting. Why I want to show you guys, because the two cards have key on it. So this is means something. And the second one is, what's that called? Codependency, key to freedom. There's another key and a lock there, and the key is here. So this is very interesting, right? Because I like to, every time I do session, doesn't matter group session or one-on-one session, I like to tune into the collective energy, connect with your higher self, like, not you guys, but your higher self. I don't need permission to connect with your higher self, because our higher self are connected. And the third one is says connection and also attunement. Okay, so I just want to show you guys, but first two cards is draw my attention is, I do feel like, we call light warrior, light worker, starseed, right? We know that we have some sort of mission or purpose. That's why we are diving into a lot of self-healing, diving into a lot of help the planet, help the people. That's why we are empath. Now at this time, I feel like a lot of us, we have this boundary thing. We allow people to, because we love them so much, especially family, friends, we will kind of like allow them, that we are enabling, but we did not know. We just know that's loving to the point that we are giving so much to the point you don't know who you are. That's my experience. I went through that. So I I know that also the freedom, right? This codependency again, the conditional love, like only if you do this, then I love you. Only if I do this, you would love me. So we are fall into those codependent relationship, and we have this boundary thing. And when I drew these two cards, I was like, that's probably a pretty good theme for a lot of light workers, starseeds, energy workers, right? Because that's we giving. We born here to give. So learn how to set boundaries, learn where our old pattern come from, help us to realize who we really are, who we truly are, how to set boundary, how to actually support other people without depleting yourself. Okay, so this is a side topic, but I think it's very important to even bring up, you know. Okay, so let's see what's headache, neck. Well, I'm gonna talk about that. The reason I ask you guys how do you guys feel is like our headache and the neck. Okay, this is everything related to the Theta Healing. I didn't even dive into, but I want to let you guys know our energy bodies. That's why this attunement come from, is because our physical body, we have not 7 chakra, right? We all know we have 112, but inside body is 108. So each are the energy centers. So if your neck or headache, if your neck, this part is basically we are carry a lot of this responsibility. You carry the weight of the world. And sometimes people's shoulder will be left side or right side. You know, the reason why I say that is because when I tune into people's energy, especially in the one-on-one session with me, if that's right side shoulder pain, I know is masculine, that this person tend to carry on more of masculine duty, like do. You know, I carry this responsibility for the family. You're gonna have right shoulder thing. And the neck or the throat part is how we express ourselves from our throat chakra. Now, how it connects with the data healing, then I will do the this belief test. That's the muscle testing that we're gonna do. But I want to explain a little bit more. Then when we drop into the muscle testing, you know exactly why we test those things. Then you know whether you have or not. So if people are having this neck and shoulder thing, I'm going to test them. The limiting belief is I carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. That's the limiting belief I'm going to test, because that's how they show me through the body. If people are showing me on your right side of the body here is anger. Okay, so I'm going to work on them, ask them who you angry towards. So that's why I say my body is a tuning fork. I want you guys to understand how I work, so you don't think I'm just talking about crazy stuff. It's not crazy, it is crazy. So if you have the neck, we're talking about headache and neck, yes. Legs, vibrating. So you have a lot of energy come in. So you have this, those tinkly. Your hands might feel certain things as well. Yeah. Thank you guys. I like to, because a lot of time I do in-person ones, right? So I can have this engaged, but for us to get to the core, I like to see what you guys saying. Perfect. Right side, okay. Okay, now let's talk about the belief system, right? The belief system has four different levels, okay? The reason I want to explain to you guys is because a lot of the things you are experiencing in this life, you do not have any memory in this lifetime. Like in your child, let's say fear of water. You're like, I have fear of water, but I never drowned in this lifetime. By the way, I never had an accident, but water hit my chest, I start freaking out. So that's why I still don't really know how to swim. So you guys know one of my weaknesses is I don't really know how to swim. Okay, but I'm just saying that some of the things that you are experiencing, but you have no idea where they come from and not in your memory of this lifetime, right? So where they come from? They come from your parents, grandparents, your ancestor, or some of your past lives. So this part is get very interesting because I have decent amount of clients that the past life thing, because they don't believe that. But when they tap in, when you're in the healing session, they can remember exactly what happened to them. But I want to explain those 4 different belief systems so you guys can understand some of your limiting belief this system is not even from you. not saying that you think you are this limiting belief, because people, when we talk about something like in the healing session, I tell them, if I tell you the 95% of things that you are believing is not from you, will you let it go? Because we're human beings, we are so attached to, it's my fault, it's me, right? Are you saying I'm bad? Are you saying I'm this? We are so attached to this is me. But what I tell you, say this is 95 or not to 98% is not from you. Will you let it go? So that's very important to know where this limiting belief come from. So on the first level is core level. Core level is ever since you've been conceived in your mother's womb till now. You've been heard, you've been taught, you learned from your parents, you taught from your teacher, you got it from your boss because your boss told you this is the way how you do things, from your friends, from your spouse, everything around you, you've been consumed. Now, the very important part is the part that people don't understand is when they were in mother's womb, right? People born, they feel this unimportant, neglected, unwanted. This feeling, they're like, my parents are very loving. Like how ever since I have memories, they always love me. How can I have this feeling of unwanted burden? You know, those feelings. You know, when a woman get pregnant, you have no idea what's going on in your mother's life. Or when I was pregnant, I know what's going on that we so-called surprise, right? Or unexpected because you were not prepared. How many parents, they are prepared to say, okay, this year by next year, March, I want to have a baby. Yeah, they have. But still, when a woman get pregnant, a lot of emotional waves come in, and how you interact with your spouse, whether the person is supported or not supported. That's a lot of emotions going on in the mother's energy field. So when you're being conceived, it depends on where your mother's at. You're going to pick up a lot of energy you don't even understand because that's what they're going through. But when you're born, such a beautiful boy, such a beautiful girl, it's like, oh, I love you so much, because when you see the being here, you change, right? So that I want to stress that part is because a lot of people don't understand it. So I want to share with you guys is because what we consumed already in our mother's tongue, the womb. And but also, your parents will tell you, right? Their belief system is like you have to work hard to make money, or if you're not working means lazy, or like success means you make a lot of money, because that's what they believe. So you carry on, so you work your ass off, and you like also they think if your parents or grandparents believe that you are not supposed to enjoy yourself because that means lazy or whatever, when you are in your life right now, go about your day. Once you go have fun, when you reach to the realization is I'm having fun, you're going to have stomach sick. It's because you don't understand, because you carry the belief system of they been conditioning you, saying that if you have being happy, which means you're not deserve to have happiness, or you're not supposed to, whatever the scenario I had. So I can share with you guys. So those on the core level, right? You see what you pick up on. And also the second level we actually touch a little bit is from this genetic level. Genetic level is what your parents, grandparents, but I want to make you aware is up to 7 generations. So you know that your parents. So oh, this is from my mother, or your mother gonna tell you, oh, you just like grandfather, whoever, right? So that's from your grandfather. But how can you know your ancestor 7 generations? You have no idea who they are, what they're going through, whatever the trauma, whatever the belief system they pick up. You are experiencing what they believed. Okay, so this is second level, and to the third level is history level. History level is still your ancestor, but after the 7 generation, and also your past lives. So a lot of they are a couple hundred years ago, right? And also your past life, you believe or not, like a lot of time people don't believe, but I always tell people is like you actually do not have to believe whether it's your past life or not. The point is, if the energy is, you are aware when we go into session, doesn't matter it's your past life or it's somebody, but it's in your energy field, that's going to affect you. So we're not going to get too caught up on your past life thing, because a lot of people, they do not believe it, and which is okay too. We choose what we believe again, right? Now on the fourth level is deep level, is on your soul level. The soul level is kind of thing is like you were looking back your life, right? one of my soul lessons learned to have self-love and self-compassion, and also I have love compassion for other people. Now what I'm calling in, what I was calling in, is a lot of heartbreaking situation. So how can you learn how to love and compassion for other people, right? If you don't experience heartbreaking, harsh situation, how can I feel that what it feels I have self-love and compassion for myself? So that's my soul lesson. But what if you are calling in to learn how to forgive other people? Also self-forgiveness. Are you going to calling in a lot of situations that, right? You're not going to be happy. You're going to be sad. You're going to be hurt. You're going to heartbreaking. You're going to be anger, whatever it is. So it depends on soul level, what lesson you pick up. Then you're going to calling in the scenario in your life. You're calling in the master teachers to break your heart. I always say teachers, that we are the teacher student. Like here, you guys all my teachers. We all each other student. But master teacher are those teachers that actually hurt you dearly. They teach you big lessons. So we are sharing, okay? We are not teaching other lessons. We're just sharing. So that's my understanding of master teacher. So you probably call it in a couple master teacher in your life, right? My father, master teacher. My girl's father, master teacher. Now I have master teacher is my girl, because I realized I walked through with my father, right? You have your older generation, you have your spouse, which is your current generation. Then I'm working with a younger generation, which is, she's 8 years old. So she's bring up a lot of things that I was not even aware, because now I'm almost, 30 whatever years. So it doesn't matter, but she's only 8. So only bring up certain memory, like trigger me of when I was in childhood. But think about it, when she's a teenager, right? When she's 20s, she's gonna bring up a lot of things that I'm not even aware. So I tell my girl, I was like, hey, your grandfather and your dad are master teacher to mommy. Now you are my teacher. So we have a lot of lesson to learn. So she's laughing. So just let you know that you have your close relationship they are the teachers for you. Okay, I just want to check the chat a little bit. Perfect. So now we understand that there's four different like belief system, right? So now we're really gonna ask yourself. I would like to invite you guys. That's the reason why before this event, or you say what is a meeting, whatever, however you call it, is like I talk to Trent, is like let's get ourselves prepared. I want you guys share one thing that you currently, either you're aware that you're working on, or you are experiencing but you do not know where it come from. Because I like to talk to you guys for the things that you guys experiencing, right? That's make more sense to you guys. I can talk about a lot of things I went through, or my clients when they sit in front of me. We can do both, but I want to more of engaging, because you are not physically in person with me. So I want to not just listen to me. I want to have this kind of a little bit. You guys can share in the chat, but meanwhile, I want to share some of them. They are really interesting, just limiting beliefs. See whether it resonates with you guys, or, does that make sense? Okay. So let's talk about, because I see the age group here. A lot of you, or many of you, probably have kids or married or whatsoever, or you have niece and nephew, okay? So one thing is very interesting is if you had a childhood, if your relationship with your parents, they parenting you a certain way, right? And when you have kids, you do not want your kids to be spend time with your grandparents, or your grandparents, your mom, dad, which is their grandparents, because you afraid that they're gonna raise your kids the way that they raise you. So what's gonna happen in the reality is this father or this mother would have a huge problem when the kids spend time with their grandparents. And they do not know why. They will come to you, they think about like, oh, the food situation or the TV situation, but it's never about food and TV. It's because in the subconscious, there's something triggered. There's something they are afraid. They have the fear of their own child gonna have the same, this, how to say that, impact as his own parents parented him when he was 5 years old. Okay, this is very legit. A lot of parents are going through that, and they have no idea, because they just have this you cannot do this, you cannot do this to my kids, stuff like that. So these are the bigger triggers. And also, this is very funny, okay? Not funny. How many of you like people touch your stuff? Like if you organize a certain way, do you like guys to mess up your stuff? Like you will remember exactly where I put my toothbrush, right? You will remember exactly where you put your I don't know, like lotion or shampoo. Let's say that. But once, because you know that when you go back to the bathroom, you realize the direction is the same way. You're gonna flip, right? I mean, those are something very small. But when you think about it, if you live with somebody intimately, right? It's not small, it's huge. My college teacher told me when I was in college in China, he's like, the reason they get divorced is because the I think it's about toothbrush and the toothpaste. That time I was like, are you serious? How can you get divorced because of that? But that is showing, now I understand. It's because if this person has the problem, people touch their toothbrush or a certain way, it has so many different ways. Your kitchen, right? You want organized a certain way. Your closet you want a certain way. Your TV, your books need to put a certain way. It will create a hell lot of things going on. So now I understand why they get divorced because of toothbrush. But I'm just saying is, now if you're aware, if you always say, like particularly say, I just like things be this way, I want to invite you to ask you, where did that come from? Like from your awareness, seriously, when was the first time you realized that I have to do things a certain way? That's something there. That's the background story there. I don't know what story, but it definitely has story there. That's what also I can work on, because I can go there to see what's going on, how you feel about it, and release, and also download. But that's the technique part I'm going to touch on a little bit. This one is good. Have you ever experiencing that you want to love somebody, right? You want being loved. Everybody want love. Basically, we are here to be human, is one unconditional love. We want people to love us. We want to love other people. However, some of you might experiencing that, especially people are generally approach you to love you. You can't help pull back, and you don't understand. Like, I want love, but love right here, why I want to pull back, right? Or let's talk about this one first, because I had a couple clients going through that, and they were like, I want love. This girl is so lovely, sweet, but we spend like my relationship no more than 3 months. Why is that? And I was like, you might have this limiting belief called love hurts. It doesn't need to be romantic love hurts. If you are at 3-4 years old, then your parents get divorced, but the mother or father being arguing, and or they say that it's because of you or something like that. So if you believe when your childhood have this, from the loved one which is really close to you, but they have to get divorced or they move away, so you know that when they super close to you, something bad is going to happen. People either leave you or people going to abandon you, whatever. So that love hurts. If you have limiting belief of love hurts, you're gonna show in your love life, okay? But it will show in so many different ways. I'm just for example, is why you are experiencing certain things you don't understand, and this is what you want, but when things are in front of you, you will run away. That's explain those things, okay? Let's see what you guys have here. Don't touch my stuff, right? Yes. Yes, Chinese old-fashioned culture. Oh yeah, my dad set me up for a blind date, and I invited him to go with me, and because I was like, hey, you want me to date this person? Cool, you go with me. And during the whole dinner time, I'm experiencing after that of dad. Do you think that's a good idea? He said, maybe not. So next time people, but I understand like the how they choose, how they want you to choose, to the point when you choose your partner, potential partner, you're like, oh, is he makes this money, the house, car, whatsoever, and you limit yourself, right? And then you're like, you are fighting with different culture. You're not even fighting yourself. You are married for the culture. You're not married for yourself. So yes. Yes, recurring theme of, oh yeah, this is good one. I want to touch on this one. Theme of always looking for guidance or direction from someone else rather than trusting my own internal guidance. Now, this is two different things here. First of all, is if you do not know what is the voice from your true self, higher self, right? If you cannot differentiate with the voice where they come from, also this has some validation, which is self-worth, self-confidence. This is our solar plexus. If I'm working on, I'm gonna tap into back to your childhood, either this life or other lifetime, to see what are the situations that actually you gave your power away, or your ancestor actually got the guidance from other people, and they believe that other people's guidance is going to guide them to the right path. So then you're going to pick up on, even though you think your intuition is very strong, but somehow you can't help but leaning into other people's guidance, is because some of your ancestors or maybe your past life had this event. I do not know what's the story. I do not know, but that's a different layer of for this one here. Like, first of all, is your own internal voice, which is your higher self voice, versus, people always have the, how to say, differential the voice from God or from, not God or whatever, like you call it. But this is a really good one. Yeah. Okay. So also we talk about this, like, sexual trauma. Now, sexual trauma doesn't need to be here. Thanks for sharing that. But sexual trauma is real. Like, and a lot of like the place I'm staying right now, not the place, this city I'm staying right now, it has history of how to say that? They had a period of time, has this lumberman, come from Canada, come here. So they have this prostitution, whatever things going on. And also being like European came, right? So the land itself had a lot of this sexual trauma history. So when I'm working with people on the land right now, sometimes their relationship will happen to be when certain, like how people touch them, the words, the trigger hell out of them is because they have this history level of the people on the land had a sexual trauma. It passed to be a collective trauma. And if you living in this collective environment, doesn't mean country, city, you're going to experience that. So that explains a lot of, you're going to show in your current romantic relationship. Okay. So thank you guys for, interacting, because I like to talk to people, have some this back forth energy wise instead of I'm talking. So we're gonna do some muscle testing, because I look at the time. It's a good time to play a little bit. We talk about serious stuff, but now let's see what are some things that you guys actually consciously but a lot of time is consciously you do not know, right? Then your body, I always say I can manipulate your mind, because, right, a lot of time people say brainwashed. That's called manipulates people's mind. But your body, we cannot manipulate anybody's body. You know that, right? If you're not comfortable with somebody super close to you, you're gonna lean back. You don't have to tell your brain, say, oh, body, you need to lean back. Your body is already leaning back the way feel comfortable. And if somebody you don't feel safe, you're just gonna check out, right? You don't have to say, body, let's go. You just go. And you don't even know why you go. Later, it's, it's because of certain energy, I don't like it. So that's why we do this muscle testing. And you guys all know where is the north, right? In your own room. And when I want you guys to stand up, actually. You guys are all gonna stand up and facing north. My side north is here, and I want your computer is actually I can see your shoulder. But the point is I want you guys to realize how your body sways, okay? And some of our polarity gonna flip, and I will explain a little bit more. So you're gonna stand up, face north, and have your leg apart a little bit, like, as your PE class, people always say part your leg a little bit of your shoulder width, right? That's what you do. Have your hands on the side, but I want you guys face north, okay? Face north. Face north, have your hands on your side and leg apart a little bit. to your shoulder width. Okay, when you guys ready, I want you guys to close your eyes, okay? Because I cannot see you guys, so you guys have to, I will talk pretty slow. So you're gonna close your eyes. Yes, I see somebody. Yeah, it's a good when I see someone's body, so I can know where to direct. I think that will Jenny. Yes, perfect. Jenny, you are in the perfect position. So I'm gonna look at your body. Okay, close your eyes, and you're gonna say, close your eyes. You're gonna say yes out loud. Yes. Okay. I want you say out loud no. Okay. Now I want you to open your, yeah. Somebody's talking. Okay. So now do you realize your body is swaying? Okay. Right? Your body is moving. Now this time I want you to, when you say yes and no, I want you to pay attention. Is your yes going forward? No going backwards, okay? Because it's very important when do muscle testing. So close your eyes. Say out loud yes.
Yes.
Good. Say out loud no.
No.
Okay, now open your eyes right now. Okay, give me some feedback. How many of you realize your yes is backwards? No is forward. We want yes be forward, no be backwards, okay? So if you have yes is backwards, no is forward, I'm gonna flip that for you. Okay, good. Yes, forward, perfect. Yes, perfect. Now you're gonna get forward, perfect. Yes, forward, beautiful. Now I have some general belief system to test about, so let's do some of this. No stational, yes. Okay, now some of you, the if you do not feel safe, or you as a person like to be things in control, your body will not lose up, like you see body sway like that, and it's okay. That's why when people come to me, I will see their shoulder, like I will focus on their shoulder thing. Sometimes they do not move like this, but they like move like they will do a little like this. So it's very critical for me to look at their shoulder thing. But I just want you guys know, like how to say that? If your body doesn't feel safe, if you want things in control, then your body not gonna move too much. And whoever is that, Lena, right? And let's do this thing. Lena, where are you? Okay. Yes. Okay. Can you turn your voice the sound on? Because I just want to ask your permission.
Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
please.
Okay. You can close your eyes because I just want to download what it feels safe, and you are in control. Give control of do the muscle testing. Okay. So you can close your eyes. Do I have your permission to ask the creator to download the creator's definition of what it feels like to be safe to do muscle testing, what it feels like to give control to do muscle testing for your highest degree's good? That your definition, the creator's definition is the one the same, and now you know what it feels like, how to, you're safe to, you're possible to, you're allowed to, you already know how to already do, live your day-to-day life on all levels, knowing what it feels like to allow yourself to feel safe to do muscle testing for your highest degree's good with ease and grace. Do I have your permission?
Yes.
Okay, keep your eyes closed, okay? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, perfect. Is there something in your throat on your left side, my left side? You know, we can talk about a little bit more later, but you probably feel a little bit of energy moving through your body. I feel a lot of energy coming through my body, but that should do. Okay, thank you guys for holding the space, because I was like, if everybody's yes, but somebody's not, I have to correct so everybody is on the same page. Now you guys are gonna stand up. Again, face north. We're gonna play a game, okay? This is how we play game now. Beautiful. Face north. Yes. Close your eyes. Yes. You gotta stand up, okay? This point you have to stand up, grounding yourself, part your leg a little bit, and you are your own judge or own, how to say that, the referee of what you're doing. So because I cannot see you guys, close your eyes. Perfect. Say out loud yes. Say out loud no. Good. Now you're gonna take yes or no. Okay, I'm gonna say that. I love. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay. You're gonna say out loud. Okay, because in this way you have your conscious mind. You give a command to your body, and your body will. Even though I say it, your body's already moved, but I want you to have the consciously command your body. You're gonna say, I love myself unconditionally. Okay, I want you guys to take yes and no, okay? I deserve the very best life has to offer. I am a good person. It's okay for me to want money, and I do want it. Okay, the next one, money is evil. I enjoy making lots of money and spending it. Yeah. I deserve to have all the money I need. It's okay to have more money than I need. I accept health as being a natural part of my life. Yeah. I am a good person and I deserve to have a healthy body. I am loved by God. I am a necessary and important part of the divine plan. I am responsible for other people's happiness. God. I am true to my personal vision. I am willing to take the risks necessary to live my life openly and honestly. I give myself permission to enjoy my life. I know when it's time to let it go, and I do. I have faith in myself and my future. I'm willing to risk loving and being loved. I am ready for a powerful, intimate relationship in my life now. Okay, you can open your eyes and have a seat. And now let's talk about it. How many yes, how many no's? The point is, is knowing that some is yes, some is no. However, you feel free to share something surprisingly you think you will be yes, but your body is going a different way. That's the point. Is it to me is something our consciously think we are ready for something, but our subconscious, which is when you close your eyes, your body is like no. I understand you think this way, but I'm gonna go different way. So last question is no backwards. You know, I see who Jovia is how to say your name. I think you have a lot. Yes, your body is like yes, let's go. You know.
Yeah. I only have one no, which is money is evil. That's the only one that I have, which I just surprised. And then when I say yes, and sometimes I have like a circle. I don't know what that means. It's just kind of like go around. Yeah.
Yeah, but your body is. I feel like you are in the life is you feel pretty safe a lot of time. You know, like your life is probably in the flow, things that are going well. But money is evil. They are kind of running a little bit deep. They're now showing now money is evil. Sometimes shows like every time you have a little more money, something unexpected things gonna happen. some payment, some car breakdown, some things pop up, and you don't understand why I cannot save money. Like I know I always have money, but I never can save it. It will always be something gonna happen, right? Somebody gonna ask you, something gonna break down whatsoever. You're like, or when the career offer gives to you, yeah, you're like, yeah, great. But if to certain points you're like, okay, if I take that, which means something bad thing, the feeling of very sticky, you don't know where it come from, but they have this very hidden feeling of like, okay, what does that mean? If I'm a rich people, or people will say rich people is evil because they equal to rich and money is the same thing. But we know, right? Consciously we know that rich or success doesn't equal to just the dollar signs, but our human condition being hundred years, the only time we say value. So sad. Also, that's why I would say we need to learn how to play as a human, as they use money as one of the only value system to value the worth, right? Things like that. So, yeah. Yes, you were surprised a few times. When I did my training muscle testing, I was like, wow, I have a lot of work to do. And we had 100 of those lists. We were just testing every single of them and do a lot of limiting belief. Like some of them, you can shift them very quick. Some of them, they need to dig deeper, and which I'm going to touch on in the last 10 minutes. But let me see. Yes. Yeah, as the daily affirmation, you see a lot of the healing modality or the affirmation meditation is try to rewire our brain. Yes, it could be the good affirmation. However, you can keep affirmation. Great. It's in your conscious mind, you kind of reprogram, but it takes a long time. But if you find out where that things come from, you remove that. Trent had a session with me, so he probably can speak a little bit with you guys if you have a question for him later too. But when you pull the root out, things gonna dissipate. Doesn't matter in this lifetime, your past life, your ancestors, okay? Because you don't have the root cause there. The event today is talking about find the root cause. This is the way of you have the symptom. I could always call the symptom or experiencing certain things. But if we go back to find the root cause, then you do not have to experience. You do not have to calling in the situation to help you learn this lesson. Okay. Yeah. I'm okay making good money, but I'm not having more than I need. Yes. I'm not having more than needed. Yeah. So that's different level. The limiting belief we talk about that, you allow yourself to have more than you need, because if you believe if you have more than you need, which is a thing, which is bad, you're not going to have more than you need because you don't think that's good. When you think it's evil, it's bad, or you are being greedy, then you're not going to have more than you need. So that's one too. So now let's talk about how after we tested, right? Certain yes, certain no, then you're like, Gina, what, right? So that's the point is there's two different ways, there are so many different approaches. So for the simple ones, let's say the one let's say like money is evil. So simple way to do that, you want to have a command to cancel, pull, and also restore on history level and release on all levels. So you basically change the belief pattern from yes to no or no to yes, whatever it is. You do that. But if we did that, your body still says no or yes, then we're gonna go in deeper to ask, we want to know which level. Instead of I ask you guys say, oh, money is evil, right? This is a general statement. But as first, I already shared with guys the 4 different levels. So you want to know where this limiting belief come from. Because in your conscious mind, this lifetime, when you do muscle testing, let's say, like money, like I believe money is evil on my core level, you will know. But I believe money is evil on my genetic level is a yes. So that tells me it's one of your ancestor. I do not know which one, but that tell me where to dig. So we call dig deeper. On the third level, let's say I believe money is evil on history level, you fall yes. Then I'm going to go in to see either your ancestor or past lifetime. Then that would be required to go to your subconscious. You will be surprised who's coming out to tell you a story of whatsoever. So I can anchor to specific this ancestor or your past life experience to there gets a feeling of what happened, how do you feel, and we do release. Now, when I do release and downloads, people get confused. They're like, what do you mean release and downloads? Now our mug, right, cup, we are a container. This mug's purpose is hold water. So when I release that, we already find which mug hold what water. I pour it out. You can't not leave a mug empty because mug's purpose is hold things, right? So we are meant to hold different things in our body for us to believe certain things to move on. So if I release that, you're like, okay, money is not evil now. Then what? Right? Then what belief system you come in? So that's the downloads. You downloads, not my definition, not trend definition, not whoever's definition is creator, God, or whatever, your higher self definition of what it feels like to live your life with or without that limiting belief. Doesn't make sense? Because I cannot download my definition of what I believe, because we are clearing the belief system from other people. You do not need to download a belief system from anybody else besides the highest, greatest one, right? Which is God, creator, divine, however we can call it. So that's very important. Is like you release it, but I want you to know what you exactly released and what exactly I put in. So that's why after session, usually we are working on the energy level. Your body is still here. Your body didn't even move a thing. So that on the belief system, which is the energy level, we already shifted it, but your 3D body haven't really go back to this older scenario. Then you will not know the change until you encounter the similar situation. So let's say we do the money is evil or whatsoever. Let's figure out you believe money is actually beautiful. You can have what you need for your highest greatest good, right? Let's say this is creator's definition of that. Then you in your daily life, you will not have the feeling of either see the, have this, I don't want to say hate. Hate is such a bad word. But when we brought up the rich people, you do not have this like, oh, this person must be family or whatsoever, or he's not a good person whatsoever. You're gonna tone down a little bit that's when your awareness kicking is, oh, I used to have this towards this person or towards this group of person. Now, actually, they calling what they calling in. I can call in what I calling, and I'm okay with that. That's when you realize, when we do those called Theta Healing or energy work, is that moment something is a little bit shifted, but not until you step into the reality. You're like, oh, it is changed. And people come to me sometimes 2 or 3 weeks later or 2 or 3 months later, they're like, Gina, I realize in the workplace, I don't, the way I used to go this way, but I don't. And people curious why I didn't react a certain way. I was like, thank you, So let's see. Can you ask yourself a question as well as useful? Yes, you can. This is self-data healing. I do self-data healing all the time because now my triggers doesn't goes, now triggers is a good way to help you to understand you actually have something inside your body to work on, right? Doesn't matter you are working on other healing modality, but Theta Healing is like, if I get triggered or get upset whatsoever, now my trigger is very gentle. I don't flip it like this anymore. I would like, there's certain things this person said, I just don't know where they come from. But people do not know that I trigger inside because I don't even know why I feel this way. So I back home, I will close my eyes, I will, do this thing. If you guys have session with me, you will know why. It's activate because your DNA, we have all the information inside our body, but we do not know where to get this information, how to get this information to help you do the healing. That's why I guide you to your guidance. I'm not your guides. I'm just guiding you to your guidance, but I have tools. I went through a lot of my self-healing. So you're gonna go there, and in your mind, you're gonna ask that, you bring to the 7th plane, which is another terminology I want to explain to you guys, is 7th plane is the creator's unconditional love, right? Some of them, you guys are medium. You will communicate with spirits, right? They are on the 4th plane. The 5th plane is angels, archangels. 6th plane is sound and Akashic record. 7th plane is the creator's unconditional love. So anything healing I do, I go to 7th plane. I do not go to, even though we work with angels, archangels, but you want to go to CEO, to have CEO to assign you to the department manager, I always say. So when I go to 7th plane, I was like, show me like what is this? When was last time I felt that way? Or when was my first time felt that way. So I tried to name it. I had a one called disappointment. I didn't even know. Because I don't know what is that. And I went in, oh, that's called disappointment. So I went in, when it was my first time, if I can acknowledge, they usually will show me. So I go back to my childhood whatsoever. Then I find her, my 7 years old me whatsoever. I do healing on her. I do release and downloads come out. It will feel different. But I do self-healing on myself all the time. So that's a good question. Yes, the religion part, my background is supposed to be Buddhism, okay? My mother take us to the temple, like, oh, you're Christian, right? And now, which religion? People ask me, like, who's your God? Where's your God? I was like, well, to be technically, I got baptized 2013. So technically, I'm Christian. So if you want to argue with me with which one, I do have my Buddhism, also Christianity. But now I was like, hey, let's think about it as a tree. Tree has those roots, right? Tree have different branches. This branches serves the Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, whatever it is. They serve different group people, how they live. They live different country, different culture, whatever they serve them. But the core is love, unconditional love. If we're talking about you taking action, dealing with the things moving through your life with love, I do not care where you come from. Like, seriously. So love is the universal language, right? We're talking love unity. That's what I see. So when people ask me, I was like, okay, I will invite them as a tree, like this metaphor. They usually will be, okay, that seems make a little sense. I don't really take 100% in, but thanks for not attacking me. But thank you guys. I think my part, I probably went in 10 minutes more. Forgive me. But these are a general run through of this healing modality, get into those limiting beliefs, help you find it, and, then go to release downloads. But that's deeper more. Theta healing can go into also certain disease, not just what you believe. Some people have heart problem, right? The heart is governor. If you are holding on a lot of sad grief, you're going to have some heart problem. If you have asthma, I do not know, but asthma is they are not allow them to have joy, okay? And if people had gallbladder removed is because a lot of anger. So a lot of disease, people come in headache. I was okay, which side? Left side, right side, like shoulder ache, whatsoever. Is this Theta healing is not just working on the limiting belief, but they all manifest in the disease and illness. So could go really deep, but hopefully this 15 minutes give you guys a general, a run through of what is Theta healing, what Theta healing could do, and how can you use Theta healing to really work on yourself. Because Theta healing, you can use plant medicine, right? I'm not against it, plant medicine. I do plant medicine once a year or something like that. If I feel called to, I will go in grandfather medicine, right? And other medicine to see how I feel about it. But this one is when you integrate it. Plant medicine, you have a big integration part. It's you are push your body, your astral body out of your body. So when you come back, your physical body has no idea what's going on. So that's why the integration is very important for plant medicine. Now this one, yeah, you are traveling still, but you are not forced you push out there. You kind of go there, but you are very comfortable, come back. You have a little bit ungrounded energy for sure. People come to my place, they will go, left their phone here, left their water bottle, purse, very common. They just go. I was like, hey, did you get everything you have? They're yeah. And then 10 minutes later, they're like, oh, I forgot my glasses. So it's very happens also you will be very tired after session. You usually people take naps. And then the 2 days after that, you will feel in a bubble, you have this jet lag, right? People travel, you have this jet lag, you are here, but you're not here. They're all normal. So thank you, Trent. Thank you, Light Warrior Collective.